corridor's top stories, tomorrow's weather forecast in the first 10 minutes. This is CBS 2 News, 10 at 10.
A former Iowa City man is now behind bars, charged with the murder of his wife more than 15 years ago. 73-year-old John Bloomfield is in custody in Minnesota.
He is charged with killing his wife Frances in Iowa City back in 1997. CBS 2 News reporter Jason Hackett joins us now with more on these latest developments. Jason.
Yeah, police say they took Bloomfield in today without incident. Throughout the case, even some investigators wondered if it would ever be cracked. But it seems that now technology has caught up with the crime.
To understand how this 16-year-old cold case was cracked, you have to start at the beginning. You have to start with September 22nd, 1997. John Bloomfield, then a University of Iowa researcher, says he returned home from a conference in Paris that day and found his wife was missing. And that wasn't all, says Vicky Lala with Iowa City Police.
It appeared their home had been burglarized and that there was a vehicle, one of their cars was missing also.
But later that day, Mrs. Bloomfield's body was found in a ditch in Rockford, Illinois, wrapped in plastic. A coroner determined she had been dead for at least 2 days. 2 months later, the car was found in an airport parking lot in New Jersey with no license plates. Back in Iowa City, neighbors were stunned.
It's a sad thing that something like this can happen, and it can happen in any neighborhood.
John Bloomfield denied involvement, saying he was traveling when she was killed. The investigation continued, but Lala says soon the trail went cold.
Followed up all the leads trickled, didn't pan out.
But 16 years later, it all came down to those 3 familiar letters.
They were able to have some DNA analyzed, that technology today that wasn't available in 1997.
Indeed, the material used to tie in Mrs. Bloomfield contained male DNA that led right back to her husband. The case shows once again how much science has changed criminal investigations, providing hope for other families waiting for a breakthrough.
We can make connections and tie evidence to cases that we wouldn't have been able to before.
Now, in the criminal complaint filed against Bloomfield, investigators say he gave inconsistent accounts of the time leading up to the murder and his discovery that his wife was missing. It also mentioned that he had interest in another woman at the time. He will be brought back to Iowa to face first-degree murder charges. In the studio, Jason Hackett, CBS 2 News, 10 at 10.